power and feed the hunger. There's no surrender. We rise and fall, but we will conquer all. There's battle lines and the war ain't over. There's no defeat. We heed the call and we will take it all. We are giants. Ain't no other rival. Ain't no other rival. We're fighting for survival.
One of y'all Sam?
That'd be me.
I'm Lance.
Sam Hill.
Nice to meet you.
Cecil Hudson.
Nice to meet you, I'm Lance.
Meet you.
It's my dad. Dad coming up behind here, so.
Bringing up the rear.
My name is Cecil Hudson. That's a Hudson with a T, not a D. Trying to clean up the Hudson estate. Dad passed away about 3 years ago, and we have a total of probably about 150 cars here on the place. That some of them are outside, some of them are in the barns. A lot of them are Hudsons, like 36. We started with 36 Hudsons. We've got all kinds. We've got vans, we've got trucks, all kinds of different vehicles that my dad and my brother collected through the years. And we're just trying to get things squared away to where get things cleaned up a little bit.
Well, it's pretty country out here.
Yeah, there's a time when it looked better.
Yeah.
But cattle business went down. People stopped taking care of the land.
Yes, sir.
It goes back to woods.
Yeah.
And that's basically what we're faced with here.
Yeah.
Back to jungle.
Yeah.
That's what it looks kind of jungly back there for sure.
Yeah, it's seen its better days.
Yes, sir. Me and Dad are very used to pulling stuff out of the woods, and you often got to cut down a lot of trees and stuff. Some of these things are supposedly buried up in the woods that just haven't been touched in years. So we're just wanting to come out here, kind of mosey around. We brought 2 trailers just in case we were able to buy something, but we can go back empty as well. So we never know until you show up to this place, see what they got, see what their prices are, and just see if we can bring something home.
My dad bought this place in 1963. And we were raising cows at that time, baling hay and doing all that. That's when my brother and I have a twin brother named George, who unfortunately COVID got this year.
Yes, sir.
And we really miss him. Actually, he was my twin brother, so.
Oh, okay.
We're still smart and not lost. But he lived here and I kind of let him take care of the place. Mm-hmm. Now that he's gone, I'm coming up every 2 or 3 weeks to help Sam, who's a neighbor, help liquidate some of this stuff.
Yes, sir.
My name is Sam Hill. I'm the neighbor across the road helping sell all this stuff. Cutting it out of the jungle of East Texas and putting it all up on Facebook and trying to generate interest to find these cars some new homes instead of hauling them across the scale. I've been living out here across the road from this place for about 20 years, and it seems like every time I come out here and do some more bush hogging, I find something I haven't seen before out here. Some stuff out here that's going to take moving mountains to get it out.
My dad and brother both were collectors. They collected cars, and especially Dad liked old Hudsons. Mm-hmm. And At one time, we had like 36 old Hudson in different
Wow.
different states of disrepair.
Wow.
I think we're down to what now, Sam? About 20?
About
something?
23, 24,
Yeah,
somewhere in
it's,
there.
still a lot to go. But,
Yeah. That's kind of a unique car to have a collection that big, so.
yeah, Daddy was, my last name's Hudson with a T though, so, he kind of, I think, gravitated to that Hudson model.
Yes,
So
sir.
It was one of his passions. Mm-hmm. He always had plans for them, and the apple didn't fall far from the tree. My brother was about the same way. He was a kind-hearted soul that would help anybody out anytime, and I think a lot of things that he bought he might have done just thinking he was going to do something with it, but not really knowing that he would. But people that some of the things he bought from people, he did just to help them out. So, I have a lot of respect for my dad and my brother and what they did and the life they led, and they were loved by a lot of people. Daddy was a welder by trade, and he had his rig on that truck there.
Oh, okay.
There's a 3/4 ton, 4-speed in it, and the floor, and he had his a welding bed on the back of it. Mm-hmm. Actually, I remember driving that truck in high school. Back before he put his welding rig on it, we drove it to school and went to a parade one time, the football parade, the homecoming parade, and we put shoe polish on it to, put Go Bears.
Yeah.
We had that devil getting it off. It was on there forever. We thought, I said, "Oh, Daddy's gonna kill us."
Yeah.
But he was gonna take the bed off anyway, so it didn't matter. I wish these things were all under the barn back when Daddy first got them, but he couldn't build barns fast enough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, every time he got a barn filled up, he'd build another one, but
Looked like he was too busy buying cars.
yeah, he was busy doing that.
No, that's sure a neat collection so far anyways.
Yeah, we got more than we need.
Yeah.
No Peugeot. We got another one sitting just like it, sitting out in the pasture. I don't know if you can see in here or not. This is what we call the big shop. We did have a 68 Lincoln sitting here and a
85 Cadillac
85
here.
Cadillac sitting here.
There was a 85 Cadillac that was in excellent condition. There was a 68 Lincoln Town Car that'd been sitting in the big shop since '79. It hadn't been out of that shop in over 40 years. A 54 Hudson sitting
The
there.
54 Hudson Hornet was sitting there. We
And-
still got these two that are,
And we
one on
had-
the right is pretty restorable.
Yeah, that
It's in
looks
good-
pretty.
It's in pretty good shape.
We had a Super 6 between them at one time.
Yeah, that went to a family friend that is fixing it up.
This one looks like it still could shine up a little bit maybe.
Oh yeah. I don't know how long these cars have been sitting here. Probably 25 years the most,
Well-
at least, rather.
Until I've been living out here 20 years,
And this was here.
and they were all in here
Yeah.
when I moved out here.
Pretty clean on the inside too.
Pretty solid.
Yeah, if my brother's still around, he could tell you the history of each one of them, but unfortunately he's not with us anymore, so it's kind of tough. But,
Big old cars, ain't they?
yeah, they were unique in the day.
There are a lot of things about them that was pretty innovative back in the day.
Did you ever drive a Hudson?
Never drove a Hudson, no sir.
Old straight 8, huh?
Yeah, Hudson was famous for them.
Big old hood hinges.
Yeah.
Does it happen to have a lot of the,
I think this one right here is pretty well completed. Daddy had started to take it apart and was going to work on it and do some stuff with it. So he took some of the parts off, especially some of the chrome and stuff.
yes sir,
The
Lot.
lane,
A lot of it's in the,
yeah, so most of it's in the car.
yeah.
Dad was a good mechanic, and he could he could do anything he wanted to. But his problem is sometimes he would start things and not quite finish them. That's the reason I guess we got so many old cars out here, is because he'd buy them thinking he was going to do something with them and not wind up doing it for some reason or another. I think in his mind, he kind of categorized them as this is going to be one that take parts off of to fix another one. So what he basically did is he would put the good ones in the barns, and this is and this is really true, is when the barn got full, he'd build another barn. The ones that were parts, that didn't have barn room, they were put out across the place. Think in his mind he might have had a rhyme or reason where he's put each one, but they're scattered, which is fine. We're having to dig some of them out just to find what they look like and what they are.
Wow, it's pretty dense back here.
Yeah, that's what 20 years of neglect will give you. Actually, I had this cleaned out about probably 7 or 8 years ago, and you know I couldn't maintain it because I don't live here, you know. And this is what resulted. So
There's some even out there, ain't there?
yeah, there's that is an old Econoline van, Ford
Oh yeah?
Econoline
Wow.
there, and it's got a bunch of stuff in it. I don't know if it's old aluminum windows or exactly what's inside it. I could open the door a little bit and look in there and see something, but I'm not sure what it is.
Right.
I don't think it's car parts,
Yeah.
but it's,
Probably don't want to dig around it too much while it's still out there.
well, you have to, pretty good job just to get to it.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever seen, we pulled out some stuff in the woods, but this stuff is thick. It's not a lot of big stuff, but
Yeah, I think the best way to do this is,
There's the car dolly.
yeah, car dolly out there that Daddy used at times.
We've been looking for it for a while.
There's another body of something over there. I'm not sure what that one is.
That's a Plymouth Valiant.
Is that a Valiant? Okay.
Like I say, I've been living across the road from this place for 20 years, and I've come out here and some of this stuff the stuff in this barn, I saw it 20 years ago. There's some stuff that I still haven't completely seen. Like I say, there's a lot of stuff out here, and unless you know where to look, it's easy to not see it.
This old Dodge, I remember driving it and riding in it, but I don't know what the complete story is on it. Sam, what did we say on this one? The motor might be still good in this one?
Your dad kept it because it's got a 460 with a C6 automatic, and the motor was good. And your dad and your brother both figured they'd have a need for it in one of their trucks at some point.
Yeah, another one of those, maybe.
And it
Just
never.
don't get rid of it. Maybe want it one of these days. There's a lot of that out here.
Yeah.
And these couple of Hudsons here.
yes, sir.
That's actually a what they call a pacemaker. It's actually in pretty good shape except for the right-hand side door. But again,
Two-door, huh?
yeah. And we don't have many of the two doors left. Most of them are
They're pretty rough.
Two doors go pretty quick.
Yes, sir. Old International out there.
Yeah, there's 3 of those sitting there, and my nephew is going to try to restore.
There's a lizard on my shirt.
Little blue-tailed skink.
Hey, that's no telling what. That's no telling what you're gonna find out here.
He's a pretty little guy. I don't go up in my mouth.
As long as it's not a rattlesnake.
Where'd he go? Yeah, I hope that's the biggest of our worries, stuff we come across that's alive.
You go start over clearing stuff out, it's fun because you don't know what you'll find. Or if you find something, okay, what do you have? You know, is this going to be the diamond in the rough that, of course, you run across some other surprises like snakes that some folks get kind of cranked up about them. They don't bother me too much, but you know, occasionally somebody will see one. It'll get them a little worked up.
Well, that one's been there a while. Looks like that tree's about grown into the door jamb.
Yeah, that's what they call a Hudson wasp.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's a early 50s model. Somebody online one time described this place as the Hudson graveyard.
Oh yeah?
Which, you know, I can see that. I'll show you this galaxy over here.
Okay.
There's this interesting story about it. That thing was parked there, no telling how many years ago. And right there where that tower is, right in that area, there is a tree stump. And I watched the tree grow as the years passed, and it got about that big around. So that car had been there a long time. I cut it down probably 5 or 6 years ago. So
Wow.
that tree would be huge by now. So, but that's,
4-door car or 2-door?
4-door.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 4-door.
Again, I
Vinyl top
don't know
on
the
it.
history on it and why it was parked or what, you know.
That's a Valiant there too?
Yeah.
Or?
Is that the same one as the carcass out there?
Yep. That
Body?
carcass out there is to fix this one.
This one's been caved in on the left-hand side.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of unbelievable that when you look at the door post, it's tore up, but the door is plenty solid, plenty straight. Kind of unique.
Yeah.
But this car ain't got but like 20, 30,000 original miles on it.
Oh yeah, I see it there. Took a pretty good little lick, didn't it?
Yeah.
Whose car was that, Sam? He just somebody.
I don't know.
They bought from
I
somebody?
couldn't tell you. He never did tell me.
Now, Aunt Myrtle drove a Plymouth, but it wasn't that model, I don't think. I'm not sure what she had.
Got the Singer sewing machine in it.
Yeah.
Little 225 slant 6.
And then from here, we've got some more vehicles out here by the what we call the big barn. Yeah, that was a Hornet. This right here is what they would call a Hollywood. And I got another one out in the pasture that's like this one.
I love that back glass design on this one.
Yeah,
Pretty cool.
that was what was unique on the
Yeah.
Hollywoods. That's how you can tell them apart. Of course, this is a
A two-door, no post car.
Yeah, that's probably would be something cool to build, but take a lot, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the dash.
Among the
never is not in
Hudson
bad shape,
collectors,
but,
the Hollywoods
you know.
are probably the most sought after.
Oh yeah.
But Hollywoods were, well, all Hudsons after 47, 48 Hudson and up were unibody. They were the first unibody cars built.
Sam, did we say this one right here was a Hudson twin, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is a twin H car.
With the
Originally, it was set up with it would have 2 carburetors and 2 breathers.
that's the ones they ran on the races, I think, wasn't it?
I don't know if yeah, probably.
Yeah, I know the one.
I think the
You know what? The manifold on that thing's probably worth something, Sam. If it's not cracked.
we have to get it off and check it out.
Yeah. But that's that one's been
So
sitting
you
out
got
too
an
long.
old step van out here.
Yeah. That was a Planter's Peanut.
Tom's.
Tom's. No, not Planter's. Tom's. That's right.
Pretty cool. It's pretty grown up too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the little logos on the international truck there.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, I gotta get Benjamin to get those out, and he needs to put those in the barn.
Yes, sir.
They've been sitting out too long. Of course, they've been protected with all the trees.
Yeah.
Don't need a
They got a nice canopy.
671 Detroit supercharger, do you? I've got one sitting on that one.
Yeah. And I don't know what's inside that one either. That might be.
Maybe peanuts in there.
No, the rats would have got those already.
A long time ago.
Maybe giant rats in there then.
Yeah, there may be giant rats. This is what we call the big barn. It had a whole lot more cars in it than it has now. Fortunately, we've been able to get rid of some of them, find them a good home.
Yeah, this is the definition of a big barn.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
Well,
You want a
except-
bulldozer?
Wow,
I've got a Cat D8 I'll sell you. Right there in the corner.
thing's massive.
Yeah.
I think this car right here is actually one that Daddy was working on, and he did a lot of the rust-proof stuff on it. But it's
This one supposedly, George said your dad was ready to put this one back together. All rust repairs been done.
yeah.
course, now it needs to be
Now it needs to be redone. Right.
But it's all surface rust. There's no structural or flaky rust anywhere.
Back quarters actually bolted on, didn't they?
Yeah, that kind of what made them unique. Definitely made them a lot easier to repair.
I don't know if he's got the back quarter around here anywhere or not.
I think we got some upstairs in the big shop.
Yeah. You'll sell the molding over there? You need any molding? Daddy bought out a lumber yard one time, or a bunch of stuff from it anyway. And he had this it's a GMC in it, Sam.
Yeah, it's a 70 GMC C60.
Truck, and he loaded it all up and parked it, and it hadn't moved. And how many years ago, I don't know.
That is a lot of trim.
Yeah. And I actually have I've remodeled a couple houses. And,
maybe a little gold mine right now with the price of lumber.
Well, I'll let it go pretty cheap.
That GMC's got V6 Detroit diesel in it that they call the Turin Flow, or the Turo Flow, something like that. This is a 42. This is the rarest, well, the lowest production of this body style, because in 42, of course, they quit production for World War II. When they started back, they changed up a lot of the trim, so like this V8, this V, it ain't a V8, it's a triangle 8. That was 42 only for that piece of trim.
We've actually got this car sold.
I wanted to get that piece of trim off of this car to put on my snap-on tool chest, my rollaway, and your mama, I asked your dad about it, because to me, hey, it's just an old car sitting off in a barn with a cool piece of trim.
Yeah.
And before your dad could say anything, your mama was like, "Oh no, that's the 42. It ain't, it's."
I argued and argued whether we didn't have a 42, but we do. I've checked out the VIN number on it.
Now the cool thing about these cars were from the factory. The rear doors were suicide.
Yep.
Shuts good.
That's what I was about to say. Things shuts good.
Yeah. I got a guy who bought this in Virginia. He's supposed to come back and pick it up.
Yes, sir. It seems like we just keep going on and finding more cars. I mean, we've been in shops, we've been out in the woods, and now we're up underneath this huge barn with just a ton more of stuff. Cars and tractors and bulldozers and engines and parts, just everything just laying everywhere out here. So when we headed out here, I mean, I knew that there would be some stuff that we could look at, but I never imagined just how diverse everything would be and just how cool it is just seeing this stuff that's just been setting up for 20, 30, 40 years and untouched. I mean, covered in dust. It's pretty neat. If you've never experienced anything like that, we hope that we can portray it on film enough to bring it home to you guys. It's pretty cool.
Your chains will not hold me down. The break and fall to the ground. Can't tame these lions inside. The power is raining like thunder ready for a fight. These lions inside. These lions inside. These lions inside. These lions inside.
I can't remember why I bought that van.
That was yours?
Yep. I think I bought it, if I remember
What you doing
right,
over here?
I bought it on,
We got enough junk.
if I remember right, I bought it off of,
Really.
I bought it off a preacher. I don't think I drove it for maybe a month. It's a 306, and your brother loved 306s. And I mentioned that I might sell it, and he said, how much? I threw a price at him. He bought it and told me to pull it around, park it there, and I did, and it's been there ever since.
Yep. What do you think about this little Rambler?
That's pretty cool.
What your model is that?
I think 64, but I couldn't tell you for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I've looked at it a little bit as far as the dash is it decent or?
Yeah. I guess for the age, yeah.
Yeah.
The mice have kind of made restroom out of it. But, I mean,
Yeah, that's
is it okay to open the door if it'll
absolutely.
Open?
If you can. You got 4 tires on it, Lance?
That's what I was trying to tell. It does, yeah.
I think it did. I mean, I had it cleaned out around it not too long ago, but again, with all the rain and stuff, it's.
You know if it's got any kind of motor or anything in it?
I think it's got a straight 6 in it, but
Yeah.
as far as I know, it was complete. We just have to pop the hood and see.
It says air conditioned on this little tag here.
Yeah. Will it open?
I don't know. I'm always nervous about doing this.
Yeah, open at your own risk.
I think the hinges are pretty rusty. I don't want to mess it up trying to.
Yeah.
Probably needs to spray them down with something before I try to force it.
Yeah.
Pretty cool though.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty unique body style as far as, you know.
No memories of that one riding in it or anything? No?
No, I don't know. I do not know where that one came from.
Yeah.
I remember seeing it back in years past, but as far as where it came from and what possessed Daddy to buy it, I don't know. Some of these vehicles I have fond memories of. There's one sitting out here right behind us here that was a truck I bought when I was in college and drove it around. It was a good looking truck, and I thought I looked cool in it, so you know, I had fond memories of that one. Another one we had back under some trees back in the pasture was a 51 International that it was cool. It had a visor on top of it and everything, and that was the first truck that I learned to drive in. You know, it's just a lot of memories, but there comes a time when you need to kind of, you know, let go of the past a little bit and get rid of some of the stuff that is just collecting rust, and maybe somebody will take them and get as much fun out of them as I got out of them. So that's what we're trying to do. A little something about my dad. He bought cars from folks just because he knew they were strapped and needed the money.
Yes, sir.
And that's, can't fault him for that.
Yes, sir.
Even though we didn't do anything with him, but that's fine. He did what he wanted to
Right.
do. I was glad he was able to do that.
Yes, sir.
A lot of those, the older people in that lived through the Depression and that, they knew you didn't get rid of anything. You always put it back. So
My neighbor, Mr. J. Ross Hudson, lived out here. Of course, he was quite elderly when I met him. He was quite a character. The sweetest, nicest guy you ever wanted to meet. You always knew when he was outside because he was always whistling an old gospel tune. I can remember one time he was burning trash in a trash barrel like us country folks do often. I'm sitting at the house and I hear something going on, and I step out and I look across the road and I see fire over by a portable building that they had, and I grab a hose and stretch it as far as it would reach, and I'm trying to put as much water on that fire as I can, keep it from getting away, because it was on the verge of becoming too big. And old Miss J, he just shuffling along, whistling that country gospel tune like he didn't have a care in the world. He was a character, but again, help anybody in the world he could. And a real salt of the earth kind of guy.
Well, I've seen a few things that have kind of caught my interest, so.
Yeah.
We haven't showed you everything yet.
But
And you might have to make another trip to see the rest of it.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot to still behold.
Yes, sir.
There's still a bunch of shops at a bunch of cars out at another shop.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, our trucks, another old step van. A lot of this stuff I put out on Facebook, on Marketplace. I hunt like the Hudsons. I've hunted up Hudson clubs on Facebook, and I tell them when you come out here, and I know I told y'all when y'all come out here, come prepared to walk around for a while, because I got plenty to show.
Well, I guess we need to figure out what we're interested in. And
Now, did you
See-
want to look at the clubhouse?
the clubhouse?
Yeah,
Is that some more inside or?
the Lincoln and the,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool car. I kind of wish I could fix it up and start driving it, but It'd take more to do it than I want to put into one. This right here, the 3 diesel ones. This right here.
This is one of the 3 diesels.
The best shape of any of them.
I think it's also the lowest mileage. This is only like 40,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
Pretty clean little
It
car.
sure is.
My sister drove this, and I don't know why it got put up. You know, there was a little something wrong with it, and instead of fixing it, Daddy just got her another car. You know, so.
Well, the timing belt
There's a
needed.
timing belt on it.
It was coming up on needing a timing belt.
Yeah. And this is the '77 Lincoln Town Car. What I'll call the Jock Ewing version. Big old long hood. Put some.
I call it the 8 body. You can put 8 bodies in the trunk.
Orange on the front, it'd be decked out.
It's got the hideaway headlights on it.
Yeah.
Man, this thing's pretty straight too.
Yeah, I don't think it had been wrecked or anything, but I don't know the history of it that well.
About as long as a month.
Yeah.
When we sell this one, it'll open up a lot of space in
Yes.
here. The interior in that's excellent. No tears. It ain't broke down.
What did we say Sam was on the odometer?
I'd have to look again.
What, 9,000? Something.
Last inspected in '83, so
Yeah.
it wasn't on the road.
Yeah, I
a
know.
long time.
We've had a debate about what the actual mileage was on it.
We haven't been able to find the key for the steering column yet.
Yeah.
The odometer has 09073, so it's either got 109,000 or 9,000 miles on it.
The 77, 5 years, 100,000. I guess that's out of the question, but
Right.
I don't know. Yeah,
It's pretty clean. 9 could be believable
Could be, yeah,
of
I
any,
mean,
I guess. And
Yeah. But this one is, some guy in San Antonio was interested in it. I don't know if
Yeah.
it's going to come through or not.
All righty.
What are we trying to get for this one, Sam?
Well, we're asking 25 or best offer on it.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't run across them in this kind of shape very often.
Sam has been a godsend to us to try to get some of this stuff sold. He pretty well sets up the appointments for people to come see things, and I pretty well let him do the negotiating and all that. He'll call me when somebody offers something, says it's okay, and says, Sam, whatever you think, you know, that's the way we need to do it.
Got a little snake skin there.
That scared the crap out of me the other day last time I was here.
What's that?
Snake skin up there on the
Oh,
corner.
y'all ain't afraid of no snakes, are you?
Well, when I don't know they're there.
I mean, they're just trying to make a living like we are.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think we've seen about all most of them anyway.
enough, it's hard to remember what you had.
Yeah.
Reckon we've sold a grand total of maybe 16 to 20 vehicles, various types. I've cut out easily 60, 70% of the cars that you see out here where you couldn't see them until I cut them out. It's been a lot of work, but I kind of enjoy it. I go to the swap meets and, messing around with these old cars and stuff's kind of always been a hobby of mine. So when the situation arose that they needed help, it was like, hey, this is my kind of thing. I'll take care of it for you,
Well, you care if we talk it over real quick and
Go.
decide what we want to
Yeah,
try
do what you need to do.
and, we can get at least 2, I feel like.
Yeah.
There wasn't nothing small enough to fit more than 1 on the trailer out there. Everything's pretty big here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, whatever you're interested in.
Yeah, let me talk with him real quick and
Okay.
see what we might want to try to do. And
I'm gonna go see if my air conditioner I just put in this building's working.
yeah, I understand that. Thank you, sir.
You bet.
Now, obviously, there's just a ton of cars out here that we've looked at throughout the day. Now, me and Dad just got to make the decision of what we just feel like we can't live without. We brought 2 trailers, so we're just going to kind of discuss it between each other, decide what we want to spend, what we want to try to get out of here, and just see if we can work a deal from that. Well, we kind of talked it over, and seems like we come up with a game plan anyways.
Well, what do y'all need?
Kind of interested in the old step van, obviously. I said I'm kind of interested in step vans. Problem is we only got, 2 trailers today, so I don't know if we may have to come back if we can work some kind of deal, but...
Well, I can show you everything out here, and
Now,
you can make as many trips as you need
Come
to.
back every day for a year.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you won't go home empty.
trying to throw out bulk by there, hopes to maybe get
So
some.
how many are you extra
I like the
interested?
step van, the old Rambler was cool, the
Yeah.
old AMC Rambler, the little Valiant that was up underneath the shed with the
Yeah.
dent, and then I don't know why, for some reason, that little Econo line that's buried up in the woods you can't hardly see.
Good luck on that one.
Yeah, I think that may be my interest, is just the struggle of trying to get it out. Sometimes it's fun.
So there's 4 vehicles there?
Yes, sir.
Well, the body. Now the step.
Sounds like a negotiator.
Yes, sir.
I'm not here all the time, so I'm leaving it in one guy's hands. What do you think, Sam?
Well, now before we get started, the step van and the Econoline, his dad was bad about storing parts up in there, so
Okay.
it's for the vehicles. Not if there's contents that I need to keep, we're gonna,
Right.
you
Yes,
know.
sir.
But outside of that,
Would you do 1,200 on them? And then we'll do all the labor of getting them gone. Only 2 today, I think, but
Hey, that would be fine.
work? Okay.
That'll work for me.
Okay.
Sam is,
yeah, I mean,
again, you're my
I
negotiator.
don't have to do the work, so I'm,
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
but
no, I think that'd be fair.
Okay. Well, if that
That'd
works for
save
y'all,
us from having to haul them and doing all that stuff, and me or him, either one's not gonna fix them up. So,
Yes, sir.
There's
Well, I'm sure we'll try to get this stuff out to everybody. I'm sure there's probably some other people that are interested in some of this other
that's-
stuff.
that'd be a big help.
that would be a tremendous help.
Yes,
It
sir.
really would. Yeah,
Would y'all care if we try to tackle getting a couple of them?
yeah, go
Get on it.
go for it.
I ain't trying that Econo line today.
Dang.
I figured
No.
maybe we might try to. That Rambler will be easy, and the Valiant wouldn't be too hard. But I kind of would like to get that step van pulled out of there.
There's not but a couple of trees actually
Yeah.
in the way there, so
Yeah.
yeah, that would be doable.
I got a little trailer I'll hook up to my four-wheeler.
Mm-hmm.
Any brush you cut out, just throw on that trailer, then we can haul it.
Okay.
Dump it out of the way.
Well, I'm gonna go grab you some cash real quick then, and
Sounds like a winner.
we'll make a game plan on getting them out.
Yeah.
So.
All right, sounds good.
All right. Thanks again.
You bet.
No problem.
So we were able to close a deal on these vehicles. We brought 2 trailers, which only means 2 vehicles. We ended up actually buying 4 with the parts car. So it's about 4 o'clock in the evening. I think we're going to go ahead and try to dig out the Tom's Peanut step van, as well as probably pick up that Rambler. It should be a pretty simple pick on that. We're going to have to cut down a few trees around this step van. I do know that, just to get it exposed. But we're hoping maybe it'll roll out of there. We'll have to hook a winch to it, obviously. But once we get everything cleared out of the way where we can see the van a little better, hook a winch to it, hopefully nothing comes out. 4 o'clock in the evening, hopefully we can make it before sunset, at least get those 2 home today. Well guys, thanks for watching this video with us. We really hope that you enjoyed it. When we come across these honey holes, it's always exciting for us to go out there and kind of dig around and see what the customers got, hear some of the stories behind it. Now be on the lookout for part 2 where we will rescue out a couple of these vehicles. It was quite the challenge, but I think it's going to make for some good content. Now since then, we have bought a few more vehicles out there, including a So we're just going to have to try to get out there, see if we can get those loaded up. But trying to bring back 10 vehicles will probably be a lot of content and a lot of challenge for us. So see you guys on the next one.